And we began a new day with a new session of stuff to do. So what I'm going to start with was getting I'm going to come out here so those engines aren't annoying. I'm going to make a new sword so I can get rid of this steel sword. And even though it's pretty good, I want something a little better. So we're going to make a Tinker's Construct sword, which is kind of like it's a little modular. Later on, we might be starting forestry, which is we might do an automatic tree farm, get that going, start getting some fuel, and then we'll be able to start producing power. As soon as we can produce power, then we'll be having fun. So I'm gonna get to work, and I'm just gonna silence these engines. There we go. So, first thing we better do is put one ardite, one cobalt inside of here, get those smelting up. Then we'll get the paper. Paper's over here. Oh yeah, Mel's not talking because his mic, I guarantee no one wants to listen to his bad connection right now, so I'm just doing a little segment here with me just putting together a little sword. So I have the obsidian, I have the paper. The paper binding. Ooh, am I putting this in the right one? Where is it? It's the tool binding. Paper binding. Oh, we have too much stuff in here right now, so I'll get the blaze. Just throw a bunch of junk in there. Put this back in the pattern. So now we have a paper binding that lets us put more modifiers on our tool. The shard, I am looking for, it's called not the blade, it's called the tool rod. I'm probably missing it here. Tool rod. Is that the right one? Tool rod. Yep. So I don't think that's what I want though. Tool rod, okay. It's like a little vertical looking pattern. Okay. Okay, I'll put that back in there. This is still almost smelted up. So come over here, get our sword cast, put that in there. These things should be melting down into an alloy. There they go. So I'll come over here, pour that into the cast. It'll harden up. Take that out. Put this back over here into the cast. And then let's go over here. We're gonna be making a long sword. So we'll have an obsidian rod. Oof. I think we made the wrong one. It's a paper handguard. Derp. Where is the right tool at? Where is it? Handguard. There it is. Yep, we had the wrong one. Put this in here. Paper. About a paper handguard. That's what we wanted. Tool station. Change your tool. Nope. Tool forwards. There we go. Broadsword. I'm not looking at the right one, am I? Oh, longsword. There we go. Yep. Longsword. So we'll name this... How about... So this is not a pickaxe, and then this is gonna be... Let's just keep it. Not a sword. So we have ball of moss. We're gonna take this, put our tool in here. Okay. So we'll put our tool in here, and that'll make it moss. It'll have auto repair. So as we use it, it will repair itself very slowly. So if you keep using this constantly in like a big battle, it won't repair as fast, but eventually if you're just out of combat, it'll repair. And I think we're gonna go mining now, so we'll be back as soon as we come back from mining. Okay, we did a little bit more research and found out, well, first thing we did was we added Greg Tech, but I didn't go down so well, and by the time we would have gotten some decent stuff in Greg Tech and, you know, all the other mods, 1.6.2 probably is all the mods for 1.6.2 are probably going to update. So instead of doing Greg Tech, we removed that and might add it back in 1.6.2 maybe when those mods come out. Maybe I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe. I'm shaking my head over here.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Unless Greg becomes less of a dick. I mean,
yes.
then it'll be... Yeah.
So we removed that, and that was just, it's too much of a headache for now. I mean, if 1.6.2 wasn't even coming out and this had all the mods, like this one was the last version of the game and there wasn't the 1.6.2 to look forward to, like in I don't know, a couple weeks, a month from now, then we could have probably left Greg Tech in, and, you know, we won't have to worry about updating to 1.6.2. But since it's updating semi-soon and there's a lot of cool stuff coming in 1.6.2 mods, we're just going to keep Greg Tech out and play this series as long as we can till 1.6.2 hits. Our 1.6.2 mods come out finally. Once that comes out, we'll probably more than likely switch over to 1.6.2, start a new one, and then think about adding Greg Tech depending how the Minecraft development's coming along. If there's no new versions, we probably stick on the same version of Minecraft for a while. Okay, so our plan right now is we want to get a mining setup going on. So what we're going to try doing now, or eventually now, is using mining wells first before quarries, because quarries need a lot more power. Oh, no. So what a mining well does is you put it down, you give it power, buildcraft power, which you can see this engine on the left here is pretty much what the power, that's a source of power for buildcraft. So you supply it with buildcraft power and it'll mine straight down in a line straight down. So it won't go sideways, it won't go anywhere. You'll put the block down on the surface and you'll get a 1x1 tube all the way to bedrock. So it'll mine all that and it'll output it into a pipe or whatever you have near the top. It could be anything, a turtle, or wait, can mining wells output to a turtle?
Yep, that's what happens.
Okay, so
any adjacent inventory.
Oh, any adjacent inventory, there you go. So it'll output into any adjacent inventory, and those are some cool looking butterflies. Okay, so it'll be in a turtle, and we can take the turtle and take the items, and we can get it back to us. That's the plan for mining wells. Turtles, if no one knows, is they're computer craft mod, and you can use them to do different functions. They're basically like a little computer you can program, but instead of like difficult to learn programming language, it's really quite simple to learn how. So we're going to make a little modified mining code to do this. So it's going to mine, so you're going to have a turtle, and it's going to place down a chest and a bunch of build of pipe, and the mining well is going to mine straight down, and then somehow it's going to put it back into the chest, and we're going to take the chest and get it back to our main base here, and we're going to have like a little energy tesseract which wirelessly transmits power to the mining well system.
Ender chest for the win.
Yep. So that's basically how it's going to work for now. So in order to do this, we need power, and we need a decent amount of it. We don't need a huge amount, but we need a decent amount. So we need to get power going. So this is what this little hole is here. I'm going to make a little annex here, and I'm going to put some Buildcraft. Probably my refinement center over here. It's going to have a bunch of, probably have a fermenter and a couple of stills, or probably one fermenter and 3 stills just to start out, and then I'll probably expand it from there. Because I believe it's a 3-to-1 ratio. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what sapling you're using. If you're using, oh, what's it called? The Blue Moho saplings, it's like 10,000 it's crazy. You basically have one fermenter and you have like 16 different stills running for one fermenter.
Yeah, so we're just going to start out with the basic. We're just going to have probably one fermenter and then have some stills, because we're not going to be using power that much, so that's the plan. And then over here, somewhere over there in the fields, we're going to have a little farm, and it's going to be all automated. So probably way over there in that little field, after we fill in the water and take down that tree, we're going to have a little farm there. It's going to be farming trees, so this entire area right here, and the farm's going to automatically cut down the trees, replant the trees, and then we're going to have an applied energistic system which will transport items back. And for applied energistics, anyone that does not know what it is, it's pretty much an automated system to route items around. So I can have a bunch of items over there, and I can put a pipe that'll go from over there to over there, and it'll beam wireless, or not wireless, it compresses it into like data packets. So it'll take the item in data form and bytes and stuff, and it'll send it along a wire all the way over here to the base, and then we'll have our system over here that'll sort it, put it in different places, and let us access it. And down the line, we're going to make an automatic crafting block, multi-block giant thing, and that's going to be able to allow us to automatically craft things, or give us different items automatically, so we don't have to manually sit there and craft them all. But this whole system costs a lot of EU, so it's not something we can do right away. We're probably going to have to do this manually, bring back the logs over here, put them in the put them in the box or a chest, then automatically pump them into the fermenter, or I'm not thinking logs, saplings. We'll take the saplings, pump them into the fermenter. Fermenter will go into the 3 stills, and the stills will make ethanol. You take the ethanol and you pump them in the engine, or we're going to use steam engines, or steam boilers, I got that right. Steam boilers, which will produce steam power, and you take the steam and you power steam engines. And this method is a little bit more, actually I think it's a lot more efficient than using combustion engines, which don't have very much efficiency with ethanol. Combustion engines is a form of Buildcraft energy. It'll take fuel, which actually, or oil. Oil is another one, but it's not very efficient. Let's see, I'm pretty sure there's an oil, wasn't there an oil deposit near us?
I didn't see one.
Oh, go away. I saw one on this map somewhere. I don't think it's near us, but there's a little oil spout, and it's like 6 blocks tall, and it's, oil goes up and then just falls over into the ground or water. Pretty sure it's in the water somewhere. Off topic there, but we're going to use ethanol to power that whole system. And as soon as we get power, we can power applied energistics, and we can use that and sort our items and take all that power and power the mining well system we're going to set up. That'll get us more materials. We'll probably do that system probably nowhere close to us because it's going to keep leaving. Actually, it'd be really nice to make like a Mistcraft age. Set that in.
Yeah.
Just something where it's far away and it's easy to access. So we don't want it near us because it's going to, you know, it'll start making holes in the ground, and that won't be good. We'll come over. We might, you know, dig a block and it'll go all the way down to bedrock. So that's not good.
Yeah, we don't want to make it anywhere near us.
And it's very, very, very ugly for the landscape. It's awful, though. So...
Not better than a quarry, though.
Oh, yeah, quarry. Well, you put the quarries over, like, ocean, and you can't even tell it's anything there.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with an ocean with this, but I mean, it goes in a straight line.
So, that's our whole plan for now. We're trying to get resources. This is the whole short-term goal. Long-term goal, we have... let's see, what was I thinking? Yeah, quarries, that's another long-term goal. That requires a little bit more energy. We're going to start working on industrial craft, which is solar panels, EU generation, which this is the industrial craft over here. You get a generator, you got a bat box. Yeah, a generator produces the power. Bat box is like it's like a storage of, you know, power. And then you got the extractor. This takes rubber. And I gotta get used to showing all this stuff. I'm not used to showing this stuff to someone that doesn't know mods, but this little spot right here, oh, I don't have one on me. You know what? I'm just gonna make one. This is how you make a little rubber tap. So, wooden planks in this position.
I think a skeleton found your hole in the wall.
Yeah, I think it did. I'm gonna fix that. But you'll see these little sap points these are rubber trees, so that's where sap or resin leaks out of the tree, and you can right click on it with this tap, and a little resin will come out. And over time, this little resin spot, well, you can see it there's like a little tiny outline of a resin spot right there. But yeah, some of these trees have resin spots on them. They're just randomly placed when the tree spawns. And you just go around, and this is how you get rubber to start off with, so it's very tedious, but it does its job. So you take this, and you take it over here to the extractor, or you can put it in a furnace and just burn it into rubber, which is not as efficient, but does its job. So you put the sticky resin in an extractor, and you get rubber. You get 3 pieces of rubber for 1 sticky resin. And then that's used for batteries, rubber is used to make cables, and then the cables are used to make circuits, and you can actually use the cables on the ground. There's different types of cables. But that's the basic of industrial craft. That's probably going to be after we do... Oh, creeper, creeper, creeper! I think I should fill in the hole.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay, so that's the plan for now. We're gonna get some buildcraft power going right now. So I'm gonna be working on the tree farm and steam boilers and fermenters and stills, and I'll explain the whole process as we go.